Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my A6 sketchbook that I've just filled up. It's a really small little size and really convenient for sketching in places where you might not have very much room, like a train or a plane or indeed an automobile, or maybe standing up in the market or something like that. And what I really love about this size is that it gets you sketching much more than you might otherwise do. Now this is the Hahnemühle 100% cotton 250 gram weight paper sketchbook, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So hold tight and let's see if you think it is a size that would suit you.
So let's jump in. Here is my November 2022 to August 2023 sketchbook. I bought it in the Rendezvous Carnet de Voyage Festival in Clermont-Ferrand in France. So I drew these people, including this lady in mom jeans. They were admiring my colleague who'd won a prize. Now, I don't know, these people, they didn't spend too long. That lady was not standing like that, I don't think. But I got her in some sort of strange position. This man was rather more obliging and didn't move quite so much. Now in this one, I tried to incorporate a colour scheme that I thought might look cool, but you know, it's not really me. I don't think I'll be doing it again. This is the stand where I was sitting at a stand of a friend of mine. I was looking after it while she went off for a nap. Fun thing to do, to draw while you're just looking after something for someone. Nothing better to do. Yeah, it was nice. This is my Christmas antlers, my Christmas table decoration. I wanted to draw them because I thought they were so cute and they'd make a nice shape. The ruin up the road for me, you can see it's winter, it's very gloomy, and also when the weather's that cold, the paint doesn't really dry, so you get these kind of bleeding colours, but they look nice. And over the Christmas period, I really enjoyed drawing your plants and so on. Oh, missed a page there. This is my little dog. This is Reuben, the Jack Russell. Now he's a rough Jack Russell, which I don't think is a great way to describe him because he's very fluffy indeed. I love drawing him. He always makes a nice subject. Here he is, having a little snooze on a dining room chair. And there he is again, and my lovely daughter. And she's on her phone. And she's wearing one of those woolly kind of coverall thingies that look so comfy. And that's my home, done in some very muted colours, just browns and blues, a lovely combination. It's very thick paper at 250 grams, which I'm not sure what that is in pounds, but it really is quite cardboardy and sturdy. I really love it. This is a sketch done out in the open in the winters, so of course it took an eternity to dry. And this one was a sad date that I went on with my husband to the hardware store, and while he was inside the shop, I drew a van, but sadly he came and took his car away no sooner had I started. I kind of sort of mean to go and find a similar van to finish off the sketch, but well, to be honest, so far I haven't done that. Maybe I will. And then there was a big gap before the next sketch, and this one takes you up to the early summer this year. This is down at the shore near me, and everything is done in super granulating colours. You can see them kind of blotchy and speckledy. Love super granulating colours. That was done one evening, and I went back early the next morning and I drew the boat that you can see here and its reflection in the still morning light. You can see a few heads of people bobbing away in the sea. And here's my son, and he is watching some guy who commentates on Formula 1, which my son is really into at the moment. And you can see I used a pink ink, but it's just fun. It's nice. I don't actually know why I was using pink, but why not? Now, I love drawing cars. Even cars make the nicest subject. These were just in a car park in the rain. You can see the drops of rain there everywhere. But cars are fun, they're nice. You can always find something to draw. This is a drawing of a chrome lamp in my home. Didn't come out half as well as I thought it would. And it's a picture of me, but I'm looking a very strange colour of orangey pink. So I don't know how that happened really. I painted this on the train platform in Galway. I was on my way down to teach in Waterford for a few days, and I like the juxtaposition of the bucolic sort of country scene with the sheep and the horses against the concrete vibe of the train platform. And once on the train, I whipped out my sketching stuff, and this is the trip from Galway to Dublin. And here we have a beautiful lady. She was a real earth mama, and the whole family was in hand knits and tweeds, and the lady had a very loud baby on her lap, and he was roaring and roaring. He had a fine set of lungs in him, and the mom was serenity personified. She had some other lovely, well-behaved children. She was a great woman altogether. Now, they were all American, and the dad was in a big beard and a flat cap, and he decided to distract the baby boy, and his idea of distraction was to fling jelly tots at the little baby. Now, far from thinking this was abusive, the baby loved it. He loved it, and he giggled and laughed. And I don't know, I didn't see him catch a jelly tot in his mouth. But anyway, and then on the trip from Dublin down to Waterford, there was these beautiful young girls, and they were really annoying me because they were listening to their Netflix show on their mobile phone. And I was getting in a bad mood, so I put my Spotify on really loudly, and then I felt self-conscious. So I turned it off, and I drew them instead. And they were beautiful girls. And I drew them, and I really enjoyed doing that. And they were eating Doritos. Now, in this drawing, I thought I would draw cups of tea and kind of cool breakfasty things all over the page, but I didn't. I left it blank. So in the end, I came back to the page and I drew this jug here because it's nice to draw kind of simple reflections and things. I enjoyed it. It's fun. And then in Waterford, I invented a game called Sketching Bingo. So we had one very wet, rainy afternoon, and I got everybody to go and find something in the hotel where we were sketching and draw it on a theme. And this is my statue and a mirror. And in this one, the brief was a piece of framed art, and I figured the mirror would count. And then the other one was a fabric print, very nice cushion. Back in Dublin, I went to a Damien Dempsey concert with my brother and a few of his friends, and they were very intrigued as to what I had in my little bag, my sketch kit, that has all the bits and pieces in it. And so I said, well, I'll show you. And I drew this guy standing in front of us on the grass, and all the kind of detritus. This is his skinny legs, with the hairs in them, and a bottle of wine and a semi-crushed can of gin and a plastic cup all on the ground. And then see this smudge here? Well, Damien started to play, and I had to slam the book shut and stand up, and so it smudged. And on the way home from Dublin to Galway, there was this man, and he was tapping away on a calculator. So I drew what I thought might possibly be what was going on in his head. And when my husband saw it, he said, "Those aren't real calculations." And here is the husband sitting at home, and I drew the dog first, as you can see him through the boots, and I drew the husband afterwards. And then back on another train journey, some very lovely American girls, and I was trying to be discreet as I possibly could, so I drew them when they were looking away from me, and this man didn't look over once. And I'm always a little bit nervous when I'm drawing a bloke, because it's just because I'm a female, I suppose. But he didn't look behind. I needn't have had anything to worry about. But what I really enjoyed drawing was the water bottle on the table. It was just so nice with its little reflections, and then the shadow, the reflection onto the table. Now here is the lunch that I ate on the journey, and it looks nice, but it wasn't half as nice as it looked. Now the protein bar was nice, and I've eaten rather too many of those in the intervening period. But the salad looked very, very nice through the plastic window of the little box, and it was salmon, edamame beans and seaweed and all kinds of nice things, but it wasn't that nice. It was a little bit disappointing, but there you go, you'll have that. And then one night in a pub, it's what was known as a lock-in. It's when the barman decides that we're all having too nice a time to go home, and he locks the door, and we all sit and drink. Now, I was not on the drink that night because I was driving, but my friends were all, most of my friends were having lots of pints, and they were very intrigued as to see what I was doing. So I just whipped out this stuff and I drew what was on the table, and it was fun. and my drink was lime cordial, and it was delicious, so I wasn't sober as a judge. Now, in my community, there is a community centre in my village, and this was a fundraiser one Sunday morning a few weeks ago, and Irish people, particularly from South County Galway or Clare, they don't need any excuse to get out their musical instruments and start playing. And there must have been 10 people at the top of the room that morning, all with their musical instruments playing live music. And there was a thing called a brushed dance that took place, where a local man with a fine sense of rhythm took a broom and he laid it on the floor and he did some fantastic dancing around the room. Now, this drawing here is from the little path on the way down to my studio. It's very jungly there, and I really enjoyed standing up and drawing it, and to probably fill in a bit more of what's going on in the corner. Here is my youngest at home, strewn across the armchair, and this is Jack Ryan, and that's the actor who plays Jack Ryan on the Netflix or the Amazon or whatever it is. Now, I thought that colour was not pink, but it turned out to be pink because it was kind of dark when I was drawing. Still, you can see the light on her face. It's kind of nice. The last two little drawings are of my the local village next to mine, and I need to get rid of that line there because I made a mistake. But I wanted to draw the two drawings face on and in perspective. So those two buildings there are the equivalent of these two buildings here, seen at different angles. But yeah, these are for the class I'm conducting at the moment, just to show my students that whilst it will end up a little bit wonky, my way of doing perspective is kind of fun. So there you go. That is my little book, November 22 to August 23. I hope you really enjoyed it. And listen, thanks for watching.